Hey, so let's talk about how you handle a question like this, where you have to deal with something that involves density. This is grams per milliliters or potentially grams per cubic centimeters. Either way, let's talk about how you handle a question with density. So in this case, it's giving you density, and it is asking for the mass of a particular amount of a substance, in this case alcohol. Now, okay, what that means is you can manipulate the units to give you mass. Grams in this case. It doesn't ask for anything else, so when it says mass, let's assume it's asking for grams. So, great, if you want to find the mass, you need to know how many milliliters you have, but it tells you your number in gallons. So the big plan is we're going to figure out how much this stuff is by rearranging the units to give us grams. But I can tell already I'm going to need something with milliliters, which is going to involve taking this gallons and converting it somehow to milliliters. So, here's the plan. I'm going to start by writing what it wants. Equals blank number of grams. Okay, that's what it wants. It wants grams. Okay, so now I got to look at what I have. The units I'm given are gallons and grams per milliliter. Well, I certainly can see that with this unit, the only way I'm going to get grams in the final answer is if I create a conversion factor out of this with grams on top and milliliters on the bottom. Okay, so I got to figure out what to do. So my plan of attack is this. I'm going to take the gallons and I'm going to convert them to liters. Then I'm going to convert liters to milliliters. That way I can then have milliliters cancel milliliters and give me grams in the end. So, let's build backwards. From milliliters to liters. From milliliters to liters. And then we build backwards again. Another conversion factor. From liters back to gallons. Okay, don't abbreviate gallons as just G, because G is grams. Alright, and well, if I take my original gallons here that I started with, as in the 84.2 gallons, that would allow gallons to cancel gallons, liters to cancel liters, milliliters cancel milliliters, and then grams to cancel, or grams to be left over in the final answer. Okay, so at this point, fill in the conversion factors and calculate. So, 1 gallon is approximately 3.78 liters. So 1 gallon is approximately 3.78 liters. Oop, that's 3 sig figs, but so is this. So okay, I already know how many significant figures the answer is going to have. Looking at this, liter and milliliter. Milli means 1/1000th. So that means the number 1,000 is involved in there somehow. You put the big number next to the smaller unit. So since this is a tiny piece of a liter, I'm going to put the big number 1,000 next to this tiny unit here. So 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. And then according to this, the relationship between these two is right here. There is 0.790 grams, 0.790 grams for every milliliter. Great! All I got to do is solve. Okay, here it goes. 84.2 gallons times 3.78 liters times 1,000 milliliters times 0.790 gives that final answer. Let's see, so before I do anything else with this, gotta remind myself how many significant figures should the final answer be. Okay, 3 sig figs, 3 sig figs, infinite significant figures, 3 sig figs. Okay, 3 significant figures it is. So I'll write down my starting number here. 25143.8.04, and then I need to do a couple things. I need to turn this into scientific notation and round to 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures, that'll be 2, 5, and 1. Alright, so that'll be 2.51 times 10 to some power. Let's see, I have to move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So times 10 to the 5th grams. And that is the number of grams contained in 84.2 gallons of alcohol.